Hello and welcome everyone. This is Glenn. We are back on the Dadcraft Java server, and we're up for a new day, new week. See what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. So we did not finish tearing down the what we call it last week, the Minecraft, the mansion. However, over there because we're gonna need it for now. However, we got ourselves quite a lot of material, so I figured I would just ditch what I did not need and pop up for some stuff that we do, and we'll get a start on laying out the bookshop. Now, the bookshop is going to be a little bit weird because Project Fox. It's going to be a little bit weird because we are going to be putting a lot of bookshelf decor in there, but then quite a few barrels as well. I've only got one at the moment. Was looking to steal some of the dark oak and stuff. I mean, there's gazillions of dark oak planks, so I can probably spare a few. I have absolutely no idea how many barrels I'm going to want, but better to have too many than not enough, because I can always use them for... maybe I can... No. I'm feeling a bit disorganized this morning, although that's not a surprise, it's a normal way of being. But we had ourselves a very cold camp, the Scouts, this weekend. Yeah, so a cold camp this weekend with the Scouts. It was interesting. I enjoyed it, but would not recommend camping in the cold. So, yeah, if you don't like cold weather, don't camp in the cold. Definitely not. Labs. Barrels and such. So the hope is to get a basic layout of what I'm intending to do with shop. We're not going to get a whole lot done in a big way today, and interesting. Get this Twitch chat a little bit more readable for you guys. That's ridiculous. I set it up readable, but then it decided to not stay that way. All right, here we go. That should be a little bit better. Okay, so let's get on the road. Need a few more bone blocks. I'm gonna go steal some from another spot as well because I need a good amount of blocks. I'm hoping to make it a bit of a tutor type build, so for the bone blocks coming. I always want my goodies box, which I had gotten the last time. I originally thought about doing shulker boxes in my shop, but I realized I didn't really like the colors, the decor concept. A lot of this stuff is not. Oh, just goodie box in, one block in. Okay, so them and wish I'd had them already. Life of me figure out which ends up this morning. Picture me being a little bit more spacey than usual. Aside from the camp on the weekend, we actually had my Hush stream element. Hush. Closed captioner. Aside from the cold weather on the weekend, my kids unfortunately inhaled a little bit too much campfire smoke, so it's actually bothering both of them, but my son more so than my daughter, so he unfortunately is home this morning just because he wasn't feeling very well, and I think it's just coughing to the point where you make your stomach feel unsettled. So poor guy. Hoping he's going to feel better soon, but he's upstairs working on his computer, trying to do the assignments that the teachers put online, just in case kids are home. I mean, the idea originally was that it was for COVID, and if you miss school, you miss school. Well, now it's to our advantage, even in this sort of situation, because you can do some of the stuff that's been posted in the online before. Oh. Okay, but the resulting effect is because he loves to talk to me while I'm doing things and loves to have my attention while I'm doing things. It makes it really challenging for me to be able to actually get a whole lot done. So yeah, that's where we're at. Pinging him around. So my distraction level was really high, and now I'm feeling incredibly on the pokey end of things, and then things aren't quite going the way I need them to. Being a little bit off kilter as a result. But as they say, the show goes on. So, I think through my list and seeing if I need anything. Oh, yep. Hey, good thing I thought about it before I left. Because the build will hopefully require some redstone, and I'm just going to check and see if I've got any loose stuff kicking around. I know I've got like 4 pieces that I picked up from the mansion, but that was not what I was originally thinking. Pardon me. Wow. Maybe I had too much smoke on the weekend. A little bit stuffy. I didn't have a comparator. I thought I had. All else fails. Yeah, make one. Okay. So this boxes. See, I have dark oak planks like crazy. Half the time I keep breaking up stone for cobble, so it's not. What else do I need? Good. Maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe as we go. Why do I have one random spruce? At least it's in the wood stuff. wanted pressure plates, but I think 81. I think I'll wait till I get back. Don't need it immediately, and if I pick the kind, I'm sure it's going to be not the one I want. Okay, let's try and get a move on. Oop, I need sticks. Any slot that I can get rid of stuff, better, because I'm going to need to need to change it out. So. Right. I think I'm really out this time? Can't promise anything. Chat is really bugging me. I'll clear it. And please refresh. Please refresh. Of course, now I have to interact with it again. This thing is going to drive me crazy. It's fine. It was fine last week, you know, but that's how my weeks always go. All right. Much better. So. We're headed off to spawn. We'll see. Start with a little mini tour just to see where things are at, because I have not picked out a spot for my chaos. And that means that it's going to take us a little bit of work to figure that out. I want to make sure I'm not interrupting other people's work.
Hello.
Good morning, PP Zerk. Hopefully you're having a good week this week. Glad to see you were able to drop by. You're excited to see where I go. Okay, so am I. It'll be a mystery to both of us. So, there it is. Oh, I picked it up. Good. When I went to return to my base,
hello.
Morning, Zerk. When I went to return to my base, I accidentally picked up one of the thingamajiggers. I'm just gonna throw it here for now. Yep, good. There. Oh, hang on. Yep, good. I'm wearing the right hat. So I returned the hearse I borrowed, but I gave it about 5 minutes work, and just my brain was not cooperating this morning to be able to figure out how to put it in pen, so it's just tied to the outside for now. Yeah. Brian's little helper is still there, huh? Referring to. My goodness, they're multiplying. Whole little helper concept. Keepers. Got yourself 2 little piglins who appear to be another named. That helper in training. Oh, okay. Oh, there's said to be Bucky. Another helper in training. Oh, and 3 ender pearls. Awesome. Always good. Random bits and bobs. And shop state. 3 items. Uh-huh. Okay, and there's going to be a book stall at some point. Full written stories. They have not moved out already. I don't know where they would have gone, but I love Brian's workshop. It just a nice big space, actually. A lot to put something on. Oh, yeah. Accidentally, PP's reminded me for once again for turn one thing on. Ooh, And a pen. Don't freeze your toesies.
Hello.
Good morning, Creef. How are you today? Oh, I've got no idea what time it is for you. I'm not used to seeing you in chat. You've been a few times. I forgot on one of my cheaty cheats. I can actually see what's going on. So now I should be able to see what you guys are chatting about. Make it a lot easier. Oh, whoops. Nope. I want to be there. Yeah. Delenn finds the death snow easily, so jumping over the fence is not a good plan. That's totally okay if people want to lurk. They're more than welcome to. Totally more than welcome to. Yeah. Who do we have here? We got lost and are looking for our owner. They might be waiting another couple millennium. Get going. Good lord, it's like Beacon City. Wishing well. There's things that I see in shared on Discord that then I come and see them in person, and it makes me laugh all over again. You know, I honestly think the water wheel looks even cooler when I can see right into it. That's pretty neat. That's okay, you don't have to talk if you don't want to. No pressure to chit-chat here. Ice cream shop coming soon. But that's why some of the path looks a little melted, huh? I don't know, I'd worry about that ice cream. Sounds a little sus to me. Just make sure there's no dirt in your ice cream. Doesn't look like there's going to be, though. But I'm thinking you might end up with some strings in your teeth, though. That's a little challenging. Special buy today only. Your stuff. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Tree. Okay. Other trees, jungle logs. Oak shop. It actually has stuff in it. Ooh. Diamond first back, yeah. This. I did see that online. Yeah, definitely discontinued by manufacturer. That could be so taken multiple ways. I love it. Yeah, I don't think. I was just thinking to myself, you know, I don't think the owner would appreciate reverse sales. That would be more Bat's shop than anything else. Holy cannoli! Like, I don't think I've ever personally seen a beacon done this way. People talk about it, but I've never actually seen one. People put that many all together in one spot. That's funky looking. It's like a laser light show. Blah blah blah. Good morning, silly auto timer. Alrighty, okay. I'm not trying to be antisocial with where I put my stuff, but I just have zero idea how big it's going to be. So I think it might be what me to... Do you have any new names in these guys? Oh. Barn find. Been there just a little while. Dune's donkey. Oh, okay. 60s donkey. Knight's donkey. You're an unnamed one, okay. There's probably a few that either aren't named or they're just not standing at the right edge. Moving donkey and camping donkey. You look too warm, honestly. Maybe leave you in the snow. Don't forget to follow the path back the way you came and go down. Yeah, go further down the path. Ah, yeah, there is definitely more down here. You need to sign this shulker monster storage. Okay, actually. Bone exchange. Exchange bones for random resources. You know, depending on what's going on, I might actually have to go there. Funny. Oh. Feels so weird to be jumping and then coming down slowly. Good, but it just feels weird. Somebody's marker point. Lighthouse on the corner. Oh. I love the way this boat section turns. Really, really. That's amazing. That's the aquarium shop, okay. For the two. Love it. I need to get my bearings here anyway. I like the way that the players who built this, not that I'm not knowing who it is, it's that I'm just not naming names at the moment. But I love how they thought of all the angles. I mean, like when you're in the boat going around and around in circles, it's great to be able to see all angles were thought of as opposed to just the front. That was one of my first mistakes, was that I used to think of only the front. So this time around, my build's actually going to be built backward. I mentioned that a few times into it. Yeah, I'm going to build it backward insofar as the back room is being built first, and then working my way forward. That's part of why I don't know how big the place is going to be. Aquarium. Wait. Follow the path. Follow the path. Oh! Aha! And down, he said. Okay. Wow. I was warned about this bit, but it looks far more spectacular than I expected. Free obsidian. Please take it out. Get rid of it. Yes. Ooh. Let's stand here and watch turtles all day. Actually, might have to do that one of these days. Just come and AFK down here while I'm doing other stuff. Maybe it'll be my testing screen. Okay. Squirrel. Down, down, down. Wow. Just reminded me of Patter 2, one of my original... Or not my original, sorry. One of my magic tricks. Wowza. Awesome! Got the Axel Roses. Oh. Apparently bamboo keeps them in. That's kind of cool. Yeah. I'm aware that it's pretty dim on my screen. So it's atmospheric, I'll give you that. But it might not be what one was originally looking for. Particularly if I get these out of my hand. A little bit. Yeah, you don't get the blow on the floor kind of thing. But yeah, there we go. So you can see I can off the lights a bit more atmospheric. But it looks really, really neat. Being able to see the stuff down the bottom and the pickles and stuff. Hello. Ooh. Maybe watching the turtles from below might even be even more mesmerizing than from above. Wow.
Hello.
Hello, Neon. How are you? Hopefully you were able to get your fire started. It sounded like it was pretty wet. Ours thankfully wasn't wet on the weekend, but it was definitely... I was thinking of that this morning when you were not having a good Good start to your day. That's awesome. So colorful. I'm mesmerized. I'm not going to get anything done today. So Delenn often has a lot of random facts in her head. I do not, on the top of my or tip of my tongue, have the history of the word mesmerize. I know it was supposedly named after a magician. Last name legit was Mesmer, but I can't remember more about it at the moment than that. I think he was a stage magician from like 100 and something. I'll have to look that up. I have later flu. I do have a story on that note, a very short one. So I went camping with my mother when I was a kid, and my brother and stuff were there. Project underway. Okay. Just before I get into stories and randomness, Zerks, is there anything further I should be looking at and or seeing down here before I head back up to the surface? So this place is beautiful, and I could spend hours and hours in here. But I should probably do more than staring at things on stream. Okay. I'll pop back up and see the shop if I can find it. I like the way it's sort of a safety dripstone so you don't fall off the ledge. Kind of cool. Doing the safety dance. Storage. Really good usage of the space, though. Ah, terracotta shop made out of, you guessed it, terracotta. 4 stacks for 1 diamond. Something tells me I need to spend time looking for. I guess. Upside, there's the mausoleum. Okay. I go. Oh. We're talking about the mausoleum and cemetery. Gotcha. It's not a crematorium, and then we don't have to worry about it? Oh. His encounter with a flaming sword, and you're all happy? So, the bot wants me to remind you guys about Fantastic Sherlock Fox being a mod. However, today that's not so handy, because today Fantastic Sherlock Fox is actually on a business trip, and he's in Boston. He'll be gone for most of the week, so we won't be having any, Foxy, sorry, let me correct that. Won't be having any Sherlock Fox moderation. Okay, the moderation. Yeah, I am so missing FSF, it's not funny. I mean, there's the, the puzzle connection. Just because I can. Ah. Pop-out shop. Who needs pop-up shops when you got pop-out shops? Yeah, I'm missing Fantastic Sherlock Fox for a lot of reasons. That's a little bit of why I'm disorganized today is because, one of those things that reminds you just how much different people contribute in a household, and then one of the other household members is missing, and the only remaining ones are the 3 non-contributing members, or less contributing members, meaning myself and the 2 kids. Then it's just a polite reminder what all gets done that he just does. So, it's pretty. I haven't yet. That's the wood shop. I'm starting to think that if I was to get a tour, or not when I go for a tour, I think Zerks might actually have to, see if they can hand me a lead. Wow, I don't think I've been over there either. A bee shop. Ooh. So obviously her bees stuck around. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, my bees, not so much. Hehehe. Looks like they just keep on working. Yeah. But I mean, if you think about it, because people keep losing their bees, that makes the bee shop even more valuable. Because in theory, you could go either bring your own box or buy one with inhabitants to restock your bees. And then if they disappear again, she makes more business. Although I don't think anybody would be like clobbering bees or something like that. But well stocked. I love the layout. Anyway, sorry. So, Squirrel Mausoleum. I'm not sure I can sign the book yet because I didn't bring my death certificate. No, don't you need proof of death for entry? Dying to get in. No, I could totally see us scamming the majority of those signs from like the Haunted Mansion and the Disney properties and putting them all over the place. No. Here lies our poor buddy Fred, who dropped an anvil on his head. D. Cooper. There's a story to D.B. Cooper. Jimmy Hoffa. Like Elvis Presley. Ross has died 22 times. Jabba's hard. She died saving Ross and Dub. Wow. R.I.P. Stoner Miner. Fall down the stairs, or the hole. But he was okay. I think as a team, our server could probably work on a bit of a better tagline for him. He was okay. Wow. He just went straight to the top on that one. On the stairs in the hole. Ah, bring your... Whoa. Ew. I mean, that looks cool in my texture pack, but far creepier than the usual ones. Yes, but please sign. Will do. That's kind of cool. Oh, that one's open. That's a little scary. Like, they decide to get up and walk away. It's funny though, although these spiderwebs look more webby, they also look kind of like somebody's grandma's crochet doilies. Yeah, I like the barrels of dye. Like, they're very good usage of it. It's kind of funny because they all look like coffins. Somebody's popped open the lid and walked away. But you're dying to get in. One diamond a stack makes perfect sense. Really cool way of actually having a dye shop. Considering he's now officially confirmed past, we should probably make some sort of additional cheesy art reference to like Bob Ross or something. Not the happy trees, because obviously that doesn't work for Mausoleum. This is the I was here, but now I'm gone. I left with my name because I was signed on. Yeah, what's going on in today? Ready. There we go. Up the stairs. Ah! Glenn's ability to figure out. You might at some point, if I can actually not become a permanent resident. Well, I kind of lucky did a redstone thing. And I'm just being completely daft. Yes, I haven't seen the amphitheater, which I am told that I have been invited at least once to perform at, so I need to try and find it. I'm not necessarily sure that anyone will want any tickets. They might end up having to be sold to these guys. There we go. That's really cool. Let's see. Up in the snow through the tunnel to the left. Figure that one out. Gotta get out of this bit first. Uh-oh.
Sing a song.
Okay. Well. Enjoying this part way too much. That's the problem. Okay, let's get. I gotta get out of here before I join the party the wrong way. I don't. Scrolling so badly today. Oh, right. Up in the snow, you said. Okay, I'll hold that one until we get to the theater, because we would definitely be. Maybe. Tunnel. Wait a minute. Who else has seen the tunnel? And I don't have to accept it until I've actually done the thing, so if I never do find the tunnel, then I can refund the points. Nope, squirreled. Arg. 2 stacks of panda food with every purchase. Panda transport. 2 oak logs. Huh. I think of one that would be... Uh-oh. Thank you. Wow. So glassy. That's super cool. Okay. At the back side of the building going, that's the wrong one. Oh, whoops. I have to go apologize to the usher. Theater on the rocks. Nice. And with scotch? Nice. I saw it from the other side when I think Bats was saying he was going to have a rock music concert. Yeah, go for it. Heavy metal would be awesome. Actually, that would be a fun way to troll you guys, but I don't think I do it now because, one, I've said it. But when nobody's here, you just stack up 2 or 3 blocks of iron. It's like, there's your heavy metal concert. Green room is green. Woohoo! Very, very green. Oh, complete with snacks. Awesome. Maybe I'll have to hire you guys to do the concession at the bookshop. Good trade. Not trade, but as in like you guys. Job. Perfect. You can always crash in the green room if you're getting distracted, or like me, falling off things and freezing your butt off. Uh-oh. Let's see about this one. Oh, it's almost the right height. That's kind of creepy because it looks really good. Nice alternative to the call it a lightning rod.
Hello.
Quite. Uh-oh. Hello. That's okay. You can leave your speakers there all you want. They just don't do much during an a cappella. Let's see. Do I have motion? Kind of, sort of. Hand motion. Okay. So if the hand motion isn't going to go berserk on me, we'll attempt to do something really, really strange. I'm just moving my microphone just so I don't hit it. Alright. So, pause this for a second. First thing that occurs to me, just because I happen to have been at camp this weekend, is a song that we didn't do, but it's definitely a campfire one. It's a really short one. And of course, campfire songs are almost always a cappella, so I get. But, so, I'll build you a bamboo bungalow, big enough for 2, my honey, big enough for 2. When we get married, happy we'll be under the bamboo tree. Boom, 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 boom. We'll take a WALK walk in the PARK park, and I'll ISS kiss you in the DARK dark. You are the BEST best, all the REST rest, and I'll LOVE love you, all the TIME time. 2 for nickel, 3 for dime, shave and a haircut, 2 bits, jump in the shower, you drip, jump in the bread box, you crumb, jump in the fruit bowl, you're cute, you've got a bald spot, tough luck. And that's the end of that one. Yeah, we had some fun. And I'm going to call that thing a snippet, but if it does not satisfy, you can get a freebie of something a little bit more, probably in the oldies vein. I see I had an audience. You're welcome. I actually have debated getting my guitar out and dusting it and adding that one in, but that's something I want to play with to make sure it sounds okay first, because I haven't used mine in quite a long time, and for this sort of purpose, I might actually even instead borrow Fantastic Sherlock Fox's guitar, which is a well, not even half. It's electric, but it does acoustic sounds fairly well, and I've got an input for it to the computer to make it USB, so I might actually try. Happens. Yeah, thank you very much for pointing out the amphitheater. That was awesome. I love the fringe that you've got with the coral at the top. It looks really cool. I deserve a drink from the green room. Well, I think I'm just going to hydrate at the moment, but thank you for the offer. Alrighty. So, is there anything else I missed, or should I go and lay out the spacing that we had earlier? Should I go out and find a place to be? I think that's probably it. But I love it. I've got to come back here. Between staring at the turtles and coming for concerts, this will be an awesome place to be. Yay! So, I'm going to go say hello to the pandas one more time. Let's see. How big. Wow. That's pretty cool. Okay. So I'm standing in front of the amphitheater. Zerk's moving through the tunnels. And then we've got some cool stuff going on down here. Hmm. Oop. That appears to be something. Oh, it looks like somebody has their base nearby, or it's a build I did not go and visit. I just don't want to encroach territories. Find something coastal. Right. No, it was not intentionally uh ignoring leaving the amphitheater area. I want to see how big it was overall. It looked really good. Real life is awesome, but sometimes you miss out on the fun stuff online. Those are just adorable. There's probably rollers and all kinds of stuff. I kind of luck I'd get one of those, like the climbers, like Spitfire had. They just kept trying to climb out. Oh, well, if that's where Casey Grandma started, I actually may know where I am for a change, which is kind of nice. Oh, no, that's not where she started. If she started, that's not where she ended. It doesn't feel that far from home after all. Okay. I still have to go and visit whatever this is just to wipe off my old play. I made a mistake and didn't dump things before I installed. I had a few chunks that are like map screw ups. Figure out where things are in relation to everything else. Anyway, back in here. I'll admit, when I look over from overhead, Zerk looks like Mr. Anderson. Not Mr. Anderson, sorry, the agent from Matrix. Alrighty, so I'm gonna head down this way. See about some coastal real. Yep. Oh, I totally need to make some signs. Every time I keep coming through here, I keep thinking of fun things to write out. Write on signs. For all our folks in the UK, I think we need to put up a sign in there that simply says "Mind the gap." Like maybe a big yellow line or something. Or just like drops off. Okay. Stone pillar point. Oh, he's slowly today. I'm trying to decide where I want to be. But I should be well stocked on beds today. Shop. Ooh, a little better than I. Maybe we'll see. Stuff. Deforestation is my butt. Whoop, you want more? You might have to specify what you want more of, Donor Miner. That could be a little bit frightening of a request. I'm just having a horrible time deciding what building. Not literally next door. Good. Still nice and flat in there, which makes you wonder if somebody's got a plan. Always disturb potential. Wow. There isn't a project going on or intended for down there. I'll be a monkey's uncle. Hmm. Here. Edge there. Vertical set. Well, concerned that I'm a little okay. Blocks. But just go, because if I don't just go, I'm not going. Vertical builds are such challenges I'm not into. In spite of having shadows on here, I still don't necessarily vertical things are or aren't. But at deforestation, I can guarantee that part. Somebody done some work. Hey, squirrel. Saw the lovely bridge from the other side. This is beautiful. Okay, this is something I'm just going to comment on. I love it. And it reminds me of the myth about how cars were decided, or sorry, how roadways widths were decided. So there's a bit of a story about basically your roadway being as wide as two horses' butts, which apparently, according to archaeologists, isn't actually true, but we all love to tell it. So as the story goes, the first roads, of course, were made by the Romans, and a lot of it is marching and dragging things and so on. And then, of course, they progressed to carts. My, ah, ooh. Anyways, as they move, they progress to carts. So from the carts, um, the roadways we get two ruts from the horses' tails. Horses' tails, sorry, like from the horses' hooves and stuff like that, going back and forth. Because it would take two horses to pull carts of heavy material, and that would start to wear them down. And then, of course, the rail lines ended up being the same thing because early on, before steam engines, they actually still had rails, but they were pulled by horses or donkeys or mules or whatever. But usually, it was still two abreast, two side by side there. So so where that goes to is that the idea then basically is that your train and your train rails and your cars, of course, were roughly modeled off sizing of trains and train rails, are actually all based on the width of two horses. That's the short version of the story. I don't tell it anywhere near as well as I've heard it told before. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yoink. To this. It was weird building from the back. Oh, I think I can do it right in here. more or less. Apologies to all, I'm back to chopping trees. Not permanently, just doing a little bit of deforestation. I'm trying for a bit of an open space. This one. Terraforming. Found it. Hmm. Okay. Now the thing is, I did somewhat prototype the rough layout I wanted. The challenge was that when I prototyped it, of course, I did it in a flat world just because it was convenient, and so trying to bend it for a 3D world is causing me a bit of a brain teaser. Thinking when I wanted to build it from behind, build from the middle outward. So I will be giving a few spoilers. When am I not? But the bookshop does not have a name overall because it's intended to have. Actually, maybe I have no idea where I'm at, but that's we can do. Okay, so the bookshop will have 3 compartments in the back one, which is the actual shop part for, or will be the shop for the pre um pre enchanted books. There we go. This will be flat enough back. So the pre enchanted book section will is actually going to be named the restricted section, kind of after the Harry Potter book. No, it's not really mystery themed, but I figured I'm going to keep that part for the base and have some fun elsewhere else on the server. So that's the restricted section. Then the middle bit, which once I can actually afford all the pieces, will be an additional enchanting station area with the usuals, and that part is actually going to be referred to as the Department of Mysteries. The idea loosely being that, of course, the mystery what you're going to get offered for an enchantment, right? That's the notion there. And then going to borrow a name for the front section, but no, I don't think it's going to work to actually have borrowed name for the front section, so I'll just work with it as it is. And we'll come up with a name for that part afterwards. But yeah, that's where we're at concept-wise. I'm going to misplace these so quickly. Probably torch it up and hope figure it out.
Hello.
Hello. Good to see you, Peregrine. Glad you were able to hop aboard. I'm afraid you missed you missed a rather unique performance at the amphitheater. We can always do a repeat a little bit later on, or something a little different. But let's see. First things first. There I did. Where did I put the bookshelves? I need those. Start with oh. My kids are convinced. Kids are convinced that A, I will probably mess this up because they figure redstone on stream is stupid, and B, that I will not be able to find anything. Which so far they're right. Okay. you're not actually seeing me just go all epileptic here. I'm actually like half visualizing stuff. So I need to figure out how to put my pistons down in a way that will actually get me what I want. Giving away the door part first, but that's just that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The O was the rather dubious performance was a campfire song in the amphitheater. But campfire songs are easily a cappella, so that was part of why I chose that routine. Um, but hopefully there'll be some other stuff later on that's palatable, yes, but a little bit more pop culture ish. Not really great at pop songs, so it won't be quite that exciting, but it hopefully be some from the alphabet book. If that makes any sense at all. I know I'm going to need more. Oh, not there. Grass. Ideally, trigger it properly. The two sets of pistons will push outwards. Then the other ones will extend. And then this piece here will fit in the slot. Hopefully, have enough. Oh, hi, Zerk. Or, oh, no, that might not be. Yeah, so we had a campfire tune in between, partly because the weather was absolutely nasty. Sorry, that seems random. But one of the things we did this weekend was we were trying to encourage our youth to learn some more of the campfire standards and stuff, and we had a rather disappointing turnout. One of the songs that we often do, or well, we have tried to do, I guess, and keep asking the kids to learn, is one where they need to know portions of some nursery rhymes. Unfortunately, it appears that nobody teaches them to their kids much anymore. So our kids at camp didn't know much for nursery rhymes. Um, so in the particular song that we were referencing, basically the idea is it starts with a nursery rhyme, a portion of one, and then it's a spot where you throw it out the window, like the second story, depending on what you're talking about. Some say a second story window or a 10th story window or whatever your group happens to decide as a regular basis. But the resulting effect, though, is that without our kids knowing nursery rhymes, can't get very far on that. So, did I bring the right pieces? I'm going to bet the answer is no. 3 slabs, a bookshelf, and 4 slabs. Okay, we're good. Now, I put them is the question. Think? Yes. Ready. Moment, it's a placeholder. I'm not going to do anything without a book. I did forget the book. There. I'm where you can't see it at the moment. I need to change that up. Okay. So the idea being then that this room or this door will let you into the room in behind that will actually be the restricted section. But one of the perks, of course, is doing the bookshelf wall and some other bookshelf decoration walls in the chanting room area. Means that I can also double off for the bookshelves that give us best advantage when it comes to enchanting with a table. Yeah. And as you can see, there's a lot of dig out I need to do. You know, can't keep the bookshelf there. But I'm pretty sure this part's going to be incorrect. You can always put it there for now. Not bring. Now, this will be my book. My lectern. Not look right. Everything's wrong. But at least it lets me know where I was headed to with the sign. Now this is completely wrong, but hey. Bring home the bake. Bring home the beacon. Oh. Construct and place a beacon. And bring a beacon to full power. Yay! Grats. Oh, grats. Can't spell. Grats. There we go. All right. It's not quite redstone on stream. Work. That was a known, unknown situation, a known problem because I didn't fire up the other world. But the idea of getting this much in is that I've got myself a rough idea how much space I'm going to need to be able to do what I want to do with it, so that I can then start building some room in behind it. Wow. Come on. Apparently I have a shovel that's a little higher than my abilities to handle. Yep. Up to date. That one. Hippity hoppity. I'm so used to jumping things. I'm getting where I was at. Jumping all over the place. Through there. That feels. Girls? Now, I have absolutely no idea how many book types there will be. I'm just kind of doing a bit of a by guess and by golly in that department. just because I know I didn't have the 21. I've got 21 librarians, but I know that they all have um, just the one type of book I needed them to have, not multiples. The other side of it is that I've got a couple of them that probably should be fired because they only do things like name tags. So yeah, I know there's more books that I need than 27. Dark. Oh, Sneaky Stoner Miner. Morning. So the generic concept on the shelving will just be something pretty basic, I think, where I'm going to be doing the barrel on its side, I think, but do it almost checkerboard pattern, except for, um, oops, I don't really want them super low. But yeah, I'm tall. Okay, this is the lowest one. That's too low. Guys. You are build it thrice and tear it down. Oh, how many times did Swanky say? Room needs to be bigger too. So then, yeah, this is why I'm building the inside first, and all the shop portion theoretically should function. And I'm starting with the very, very basic blocks. Far too many bookshelves, but I will probably be taking some out as we go. After I get the main part built and can get down to the decoration. Go. It is super quiet, so I'm just going to check and see. Well, that might help. So apparently I forgot to unpause my music after I got the amphitheater. Not so helpful. You been in the way. Cross. This place will be huge if I also found a design, just a basic way of using banners to hide your books, or like not hide your books, but to create sort of fake bookshelves. And my kids thought I should put the banners in front of it, but I think it looked really tacky. Make it a straight out checkerboard to start with. Make sure we can get everything in correctly. I feel like the whole approach just And then, of course, each of these will be labeled as well. Because I'm the only one on the planet who ever seems to want to use just efficiency tools that are not full level efficiency, then I don't think I'll worry about that. Like as in putting in lesser efficiency books in the shop, because that's just not useful to anybody else but me. It's not everybody, well, not everybody, but it sounds to me like the majority of the rest of people don't have control issues with over sharp tools. So I'm unique in that way. 2, 5, 1, 2. Yeah, that does look right. Weird, but it looks right. Freaking quiet there, my apologies. That. 6, 10. This can be book. The corners. Not this corner of the building yet, but probably the last layer too. Bunch of books that I wouldn't normally use, but fill up my library a bit more. The rest, maybe? Just here. Yeah. Start to see the size of this thing taking shape, so I can figure out this wall quick. And then probably this bit now. A lot of it is just building out and filling the floor on it. That's weird. Why did... Oh, because I went 2 rows out. Got 2 and 2. This is where some of this is handy, repurposing wise. Doesn't really matter. Kind of an oaky theme going here. Dark the outside. I go find it. Okay. Great. Maybe oak. I like the really red theme in that. Yeah, so monster. Oh, fiddle. Yeah, I think that'll start to code. And start to figure just how much. Oh, my bots are crazy today. Must have set them all on timer. I mentioned in the past that the bot commentary, although it's set to wait 5 minutes and check for 5 lines, it appears to check for the same 5 lines. So, not so. One here I had a. Get these out of my random junk one. No, it's not. That's the. There. I'm not comfortable with shulker monsters. I've done them, but I don't like them. And so I always get where everything is. Not loaded. Need more. Don't need it. On. Alrighty. Oh, I guess I could probably put my match. Oh, yes, thank you to whoever slept. I was completely spacey on that. It might have been me for all I know. Spacey I'm feeling, but I went up for some more birch planks. I'll grab them. Bone. Oh. Then when we get to underneath stuff, it's going to be filler for now, but I'll probably cobble underneath. But so that way we could a little bit more in theme the upper section. Also want one at me. Further to that, it's going to be filler underneath anyways, so go if I have the supplies. So I can start to see where this design is going. I'm debating, depending on how big the room turns out, I'm debating doing concentric circles, or not concentric, but like rings of this sort of thing in potentially different tones, but for now I'm just sticking with the white, partly because that's what I a whole ton of, but partly because I just like the grand red room feel. Somewhat related to the McDonald's theme, in that in McDonald's they have done the research to find that your color scheme of your restaurant is actually quite helpful. They do believe in that whole food has a color has an effect on how you behave. So I'm not quite sure why they chose the red and yellow for their logo colors. That I'm not fully clear on. But apparently, if you do your walls in the reds and yellows, one of the colors is supposed to make you hungry, and the other one is supposed to make you want to do things quickly. And I think it was not red, sorry, not hungry. I mean aggressive, almost like not angry, but tense and intense. And so, how that would work with the food stores then is when you make your building more yellow and red as colors, then your customers will supposedly eat quickly. Sorry, pardon me. I guess yeah, be hungry, want things, and then eat quickly. They want to get out of there. I'm not quite sure why, but it allows for faster turnover, additional turnover of customers. That allows people to get their customers in and out fast, even when providing seating space for them to eat. I read about that actually when we were getting educated years ago to work at our local zoo. And the local zoo actually has their cafe used to be painted the same color scheme for that very reason, and apparently they did their own research on the same topic. See what supposedly scientists had to say, although you, me, and these trees, I think it's a little bit bunk, but you know, hey. The advantage of me using a somewhat similar color scheme in this sense for this project is that hopefully you'll be able to get in, find what you want, need a bunch. That sounds silly, if the color scheme was to work, and then let you go, so that we don't end up with crowding. But I really don't think that there's any other reason other than that it really just applies to me, or appeals to me as a Canadian. Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15. Okay. It is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my. Color it is. The barrel. Color it is. Don't really want to go far. And Shadows come early in this place. Making some progress, slowly. Ready. By the way, just a quick note for anyone here. I fully support lurking, so if you ever drop in and you just want to see what's going on, or just throw things on in the background and just lurk, welcome on in. No concerns whatsoever. Just hope you guys enjoy yourselves, and that's really what I'm here for. These two. Over shelf, that actually looks okay. I don't have game noises. Oh. Me. Okay, that's better. In there. Odd. One's from down. Yep. And some of these, if need be, will be decorative, or they might be supplies for the other room if the other room starts looking too big. 4, 7. What? 6. Okay, now I'm counting wrong. 1, 2, 6. And that one I know. 14. 14, okay. 14 up. 8. Any imagine. Four. Seven. I'm gonna go with that actually, so box will go here. Weird looking room, but hey. Nothing. Okay. Yeah. Guess this is the way to chop. Don't want to do any of the. That should only need to take me up to there. Very wide room. The look of that. I wanted high ceilings in the rooms, but... 1 second. Sorry about the lack of me talking there. Just had a quick visit from my son, so I had to encourage him. We're trying to get him to, like, he's starting to feel better, so he's going to try and go ahead with his own lunch and stuff so that we can see if we can get him back to school as quickly as possible. So what actually happened that he's home for? It's not. We're fairly certain it's not a bug. But instead, inhalation of too much smoke at the campfire. So that would just result in a lot of chest coughing and stuff. But then, of course, if he coughs himself too much, then he starts to feel ill. Yeah, I'm glad he's feeling a little bit better too, because if he wasn't feeling better, he wouldn't have come down to interrupt to ask about lunches. So, kudos to him on that front. I mean, the guy's going to be turning 11 week, I guess? Well, not next week, the week after. So, I'm going to be the mother of an 11-year-old. Yay! Kids are awesome. Don't get me wrong, just they drive you around the bend sometimes, because never remember what you say. Right? How it goes. So I'm just building out this room as much as I can, this stream, and then going to make a gazillion more notes about the redstone part, so that I can get that fixed, because this part is going to be a little hallway down into the other room. I mean, it doesn't have to go this many, like 2 blocks back. I think one might work, but at least this way gives it a little bit of a hallway, and then you're into the room. I think I like the narrower look, a little bit more claustrophobic, but off of the white. That feels, because I think, although this grandness is great, I really don't need it. And it's going to be a lot of big space I don't need. If going big, I actually have planned for more of the seating pillow area. So yeah, we just don't need it in here. I don't need that either. This one yeah, I think for the purposes we need, that would be all it takes. I don't know. Let's see, because if I end up chopping it off like that and then finding I don't have enough space for all the elves I want. I'll leave it 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, it's not too bad. 10, then double that on each side, so yeah, that'll work. Ouch. M2. Nobody likes their kids to feel sick. But I am a little disappointed that the trigger is campfire thing, because it just means that once again I've got one of my kids home after camp. Now, predictable sicknesses throughout the year are just not, like, it just seems people are taking advantage of the opportunity to stay home from school. when I know they're not. It's just that I don't like it to be a regular thing. I don't like it to be predictable that one or both of my kids is going to be home a bit right after a camp. Really want to get more done. And so he figures he's going to try a peanut butter and banana sandwich, which easy enough to make and no concerns there. And also banana should be good on his tummy. Peanut butter will have something that'll stick with him for the afternoon and so on. So I mean that's a very smart move on his part. Smart choice on his part. But it's also different from what I was originally going to send in his school lunch for the day. It just means I'll have to make sure I chase him before I take him to school this afternoon. Make sure that he put everything back in the fridge that was supposed to be refrigerated. Or that I know which items I have to catch from down here. This one I will be working on it off camera, intending to save quote unquote any good parts for everybody to see. Hey, if all else fails, somewhere in the forest there is probably a mansion I can rip apart. Oh. Closed in feeling actually nice. I'll have to figure out some sort of lighting from the roof. Interesting may be debatable, but amazing how time flies. And I also keep nipping in and out of beacon range, which I find amusing as well. I don't think it'll work. Dirt box. I know I need to put redstone on from above. It goes in behind. That part I'll probably do off stream just because then I can, if I need to, I can refer to a couple of different videos or something. See if it does anything. Oh. Yes, I missed the important bit. Duh. Face palm. And that makes what? Nope. Oh, it's the lectern. Okay, well, I know where I'm going with this idea. So, back to the bit I can do. Then fluffing about. Ah! Give me plenty of space. Lens flare. Alright. For the hyper focus. Yeah. But we had a wood blast this weekend. What did we do was probably not a whole lot. Our youth had actually specifically asked for more free time. So I guess the last few camps we've had, we may have overscheduled them. Part of it is that a lot of scouting groups you'll find in your area, there'll be kids that are in each other's class at school, and they just want to, they get time to hang out at school, so they get time to hang out at scouts. It doesn't necessarily mean that you could do more because they've had their fill of seeing each other, but the reverse is true. When you have people who aren't in the same classes, sometimes they just want hangout time because they don't get to see each other, which in our age group unfortunately boils down to play in a rather literal sense. I mean, that includes like imagination play. And then we have a few that they're young. We had the beavers this time, so that they're the 5 to 7 year old crew, and they definitely like play. They would play all day if you let them. Sometimes I get the feeling that's all they do, but it's not really. It's just they will play and play and play and play if you let them. But understandably, that's not very helpful nor very useful, I guess, when you're doing scouting activities. The group, I spam like crazy so that I don't have anything, and so that's fine. But our 8 to 10 year old crew, I'd like them to do a little bit more. Particularly since some of them are the age where they'll be heading up to scouts, so what we actually properly call scouts in Canada. And so I'm hoping that maybe next camp, we've got one coming up the end of May, where it's a group camp where we've got all our sections meeting together. And that camp, I hope, will actually be a little bit better in terms of getting people to do learning activities. Because our kids would have had, a good amount of time to play. And it's one thing when you're like trying to learn something when you can actually focus on it, but because the weather was so cold, we had a few extra activities planned beyond what we ended up using. But we just figured, well, yeah, this time we might as well let them play and have that hangout time, because they were running around, burning energy. Several of them actually wanted to do things like build shelters, so use their knots and their tarps and so on, and just build shelters, and then basically have adventures in them. Some of them there were forts, other ones it was some sort of, one of them turned into a castle and they had a queen, and they had others made into like imaginary door or something like that. It got to be kind of weird on one hand, but they used their skills to build it to begin with. I thought, okay, that was a good start. A couple of the younger ones, the 5 to 7 year old crew, they decided they were going to, they freaked us out briefly actually, because they said they were going to build a campfire. What ended up happening was they actually went and played with their knowledge of the various different sizes of material required, and what would be considered dry and burnable, and what would be considered like you don't touch it, you leave it on the tree sort of thing. So they actually basically demonstrated a bunch of their skills as play, because they built themselves a fake camp. I thought that was kind of weird and kind of meta to build a fake camp at camp, but that's what they wanted, so sure, why not? So they were building their fake camp and using their skills to do it. We weren't going to argue with it. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff. But because they got a weekend of play, that means the scouters theoretically didn't have to do as much. Bad news for me on that one was just that I got cold, and two things happen when I get quite cold. One, all I want to do is curl up in a ball. So I wasn't super helpful in that respect. But the other part of it is things that just need to be done. Some of the scouters are far better at seeing it through practice than I am. And so they would jump and do things rather than saying, hey, can you take care of whatever? And I know they don't need to handhold me all the time, but it's one of those things that until I get used to the situation, I'm not really as quick at jumping and doing things, but I don't end up pulling my weight. And so I really want to change that for next month, or the next camp, because this is not something that I want to continue doing. Being a lazy butt scouter is not anybody's cup of tea. Or having a lazy butt scouter to work with is not anybody's cup of tea. Or five. Okay, so this squarish room. See how many get in here. Else what the? I think that was going to happen. Okay, well. Thanks. Works it. No, not the. Probably part of it. You. Recognize there's technically no requirement to build fast, but Dell will never be satisfied. No matter what she does, she will never ever. Oh, it's granite. I was. And this texture pack unit. Not pressed. Oh, now it's raining. Excellent. Well, at least we're not going to have water on our heads. Like wet books or something when it comes to sale time. Book drying service, I don't think was on the list. Wow, what strange music. Okay, good. Four blocks high. Yeah, that actually feels about a good sized room, I think. I really want it any bigger than that. See if we can get that part somewhat finished off before. Girls. More than enough. Next. Oh. That'll do. Not here. I can't count today. And with the Len, yes. Okay, so we've got this room more or less kind of the way it's going to look. It's not super exciting at the moment, but I'm going to do something more with the interior section. And we're going to have shelves full of books and instructions on what to do is actually what's going to open the door. So that's what's going to be the lectern thing. And then this room will probably be a bit of an enchanting station or book supplies. I haven't decided. I mean, if this bottom room works out well enough, then I might just actually skip the enchanting station. Fix the one half dozen the other, so by the time I'm done, because of the effort required to fill the books, since I'm refusing to zombify and cure the villagers, is probably going to be a bit monumental, so I'm not going to really worry about much of the other stuff. And then up on this level, if we don't have an enchanting station, we'll go right into the cafe room, which will hopefully have a path blending it into this zone over here. Yeah, like a nice little Tudor-ish sort of whitewashed look with the bone blocks, and then and the dark oak corners, and probably warped wood roof, partly because I can rather than I should. Yeah, that gives us a good spot. I will be back tomorrow. And tomorrow I do not know if I'm going to be doing Minecraft or something else. It's whatever Wednesday, and I've been actually somewhat itching to give a try at Valheim. Now, in some respects, Valheim can be Minecrafty in terms of a lot of grindy, must build things or must craft supplies from other supplies and so on. So don't expect too much from that one, but I'm definitely going to consider giving it a shot. So it's going to be one of those two things. It's either going to be Valheim or it's going to be Minecraft. Now, I've thought about doing some zoo just because they've released a new animal pack. I'm just not feeling in the cute cuddly critter mood of late. So yeah, let's go stand one more time in the room and see. So yeah, this is where we are at, where we shall leave you. and hope that you have a great day. Let's just check and see. And it looks like there's... I'm not really sure what everybody's schedule is. I really need to find out, take the time to write down other blah, 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 if I can talk straight. If I can take the time to write down what some of the other streamers' schedules are that I tend to like to raid into, just so that I know in advance roughly who's doing what when. But yeah, so this is where we're starting. This will be the room that you've got. There'll be something hanging probably from chains off the ceiling. I just have to figure out that part of the room, or this part of the room, actually, strange enough, may grow. And it sounds weird, but it might get taller and taller and taller and taller and taller as we progress. Just because I want to see how many barrels I need for the various different book types, or if I want to have backups of different rows of them or something. I mean, depending on how many, I could theoretically do, a column per type of book that I've got now, which is a lot of backup. So, possibilities are nearly endless. The other thing I can also do is, if I don't need them, is have some faux barrels and decorate with banners and stuff. So there's plenty of possibilities here. And yeah, but for sure, I will be back on Thursday working on this project. So we will be definitely working on moving forward here, hopefully getting the next part of the build going more than just simply fill. And yeah, I will hope to see you soon and see what we've got. We've got, looks like we are headed off to Gruva today. So please give him our best. Stay high, and yeah, you guys have a great day.
Missed it.